Hey guys, I'm going to be going over some losses today. Oh man. Usually, I'm not going to lie, most of my alerts have been pretty good in my Discord, but we had some losses today, so I'm just going to be going over them. And like my win rate has been very, very high in this Discord. I'm not going to lie about that, but this was my first day with 2 losses or more. Basically, I have no losses every day, so kind of an interesting day to me. I terribly executed. This is like my worst day in a while, but I know it went wrong, and I'm making this video to kind of learn for myself because I feel like it'll help. But usually I do not have losses like this. My last red day was probably a couple weeks ago, but that was before I had the Discord, and I'm talking about red day in here. So like my personal last red day was I think last week, but it was because I was trading setups that were not in. I was not alerting them in Discord. But since starting this Discord, most of my alerts are wins. So I think there's only one day that we had 1 loss, but we had like 3 wins that outweighed it. So I mean, this is like my first bad alert day in my Discord. So. And obviously we're going to get those. You can't expect someone to have a 100% win rate. If you do, just stop trading, please. But yeah. So 9:57 a.m. I said I was going to short at this order block if we get it. And here was my mistake. So my mistake was, I'm going to short this order block because it's a safer entry. I didn't short the fair value gap. And you can kind of see what happened. So this was the fair value gap right here, and look what happened. So I had my short limit too high. I don't know, I do not try shorting order blocks. I usually use order blocks for stop losses. Usually I just short right there, and if we draw the fib with the 50%, you can see as soon as it goes up in the premium in this discount, this is when I should have shorted around 3,718, 3,720. And every single time I take these, I literally will scale or take profit from 5 to 10 points. I say that a lot. And you can see if I short right there, 3,718. Let's say I got a bad entry at 3,717 right here, not even in the fair value gap, but I wouldn't enter there. It still went 7 point move. So I'm not gonna alert order blocks like this unless I'm really confident. And this is a 1-minute order block, so not that great of an alert. It was not a 3-minute order block at all, so just not really good alert on my part. I should have alerted the fair value gap, but I second guessed myself, and that's okay. So I ended up getting stopped pretty quickly here. It was only a 3-point stop right there, and I got stopped at break even. And keep in mind, guys, whenever I am in profit, oh wait, no, never mind. I got stopped to break even in another play. Sorry, I don't even remember. So this play, I just got stopped. I never got stopped at break even. So here's my mistake. So this morning, okay, I was on the 1 minute. I saw this fair value gap, and I shorted this myself, but I didn't alert it in Discord because it was too fast, and I like just got to my computer. I just saw this, and I just mark up on in. And I wasn't very confident in this short. Okay, so I only sold for like 5 points. I sold like right there. And when we got this, I was like, yeah, I should have held that. And I had a couple other people in, and I told them cover here. And one of my buddies, he covered there. Obviously, that was the bottom because that was sell side. But I should have held this way longer. I was not confident in this, but when you're trading, okay, this is a very difficult part of trading. There's a risk management system that you have to have involved. So mine is not perfect yet, but some people will be like, oh, I cannot sell for 5 points. I have to wait till a certain amount or else I'm going to stop out. And that is one of my issues. Sometimes I just scale 5 to 10 points for the heck of it, and that's not good. And I guess it works because I have a high win rate, but again, at the same time, I should be holding for these bigger targets every single time because, again, I'm not going to be as profitable as I could if I'm just scaling at random spots, you know? So, like, in this situation, your stop loss would have been right there, and your take profit would have been down there. That's like a 1 to 3 or 3 to 1 trade. So, just something I have to work on myself. But again, because I didn't alert this in Discord and it went 30 points, I was kind of I was kind of mad. I was like, oh, I wish I alerted this, and that kind of forced me to alert this play, and I alerted the order block instead of the fair value gap because it was more lower risk. So I thought we could have scalped this for like 5 points, but we never got it. Instead that we got the fair value gap. So again, that was my mistake. And if we do look at the optimal trade entry, I think the order block, that's where I did enter, which is why I liked it. Bless me, sorry. So this is why I liked it, because it was at the 0.705, but again, this didn't work out. Bias was bullish. We needed to hit these equal highs, even though they're small in the 1 minute. And that's okay. It wasn't a big loss. And again, nothing I can do about that, but I really hope making these videos about my losses will help, because if you do miss a play like this that goes 30 points, don't just take the retrace because of the heck of it, especially if you hit sell side already. Like, these can be really tricky scenarios, and like, I almost entered there instead, but I ended up waiting for this fair value gap. And I don't know if I've explained this in a video yet, but I like to wait for the last possible fair value gap, because it's the place where I know smart money has to enter if they didn't enter in this one. So that's why I don't wait for the first one. And sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes we'll just reject it at this one. But and then you can see we also had this tiny fair value gap right here. And that won a total of 3.7. That won a total of 4 points. But not, again, that's not a great fair value gap because it's right next to the swing high. This is a better one because it's more near the optimal trade entry. And let me actually see how close that was. So it was a little above it. It was at the 0.79, which is the top of the optimal top of the optimal trade entry. So yeah, because I FOMO'd out on missing this, I kind of forced this play. So that was my first mistake. Okay, and 10:53 a.m. I drew a trend line in the hourly. Okay, and I think I drew this. No, I definitely drew a different trend line. 1 second. Okay, I drew this. And when I drew this trend line, okay, I saw that, let me go to the 5 minute actually. So when I drew this trend line, I saw that we hadn't hit it yet. Well, I saw that we did hit it, but I thought we were going to break it, so that's why I tried longing right here. And again, you can see it works out for like a few points, but these are not the types of plays you want to be taking. If we go to the 1 minute, and we go to the 1 minute fair value gap, it works, but again, this is not a play you want to be taking, because I even knew this was risky myself. I don't know why I took it. And what I entered like right here about 3.731, and I was up 3 points, and then I got stopped to break even. And if you guys don't know, whenever I'm up 3 points, I always have my Tradeify. It automatically switches my position to break even. So I ended up getting stopped to break even, and I even alerted. So up 3 points, stop, move to break even. This is risky. So technically, this wasn't a loss, but if you're trying to follow my alerts like exactly, you're gonna find that I'm probably gonna type this in like a second late. So some people in my Discord, they know that I get stopped out if I'm up 3 points and it goes below, but some people don't. So again, this is something where I try to make my Discord a little more personalized, and I'm trying to get to know people so they know how I trade. And again, I even said this is risky. Why was this risky? First of all, well, if we draw the fib from the last obvious swing low to last swing high, first of all, this was not a discount. Okay, this was a premium. That's why it's risky to trade. This is like the 0.38 fib, if you guys do fibs. And this was the optimal trade entry, okay, down here. So this was risky in itself, that it wasn't a discount, it wasn't a high probability fair value gap. So that was the first reason why I said it was risky. And why I said it was risky, because I also saw this fair value gap down here, okay? So that would be a better place for smart money to kind of enter. Remember how I said I take the last fair value gap and not like the middle one, because I know if smart money hasn't entered here, I know they will enter here. Well, you can see that they do enter here, but we only get a 8 or 7 point move off this. So this was my other loss, okay? So this is what I was eyeing. Again, I kind of FOMO'd in for this, and I should have entered down here, but I didn't because I like this fair value gap better. It was a little bigger. So I ended up trying to enter here in this fair value gap, and you can see we wick down into a bunch of times and pop back out, wick back down, pop back out. And I was up a few points, but I ended up getting stopped out, obviously, as you can see. This was a stop, and it went right below our stop and reverse. But that's that's not bullish, okay? We weren't going to go down here and then reverse way up here. You can see we only kind of retraced on the reversal. So it wasn't like a end of the world. Oh, we stopped out here and it went 30 points. My stops are placed so that if we go under them, I am bearish. And if I'm logging and we go under my bullish stop loss, then I am bearish. So obviously you can see we retrace out the 10-year stop, then boom, down again. We hit this target. So again, I honestly, any other day, I feel like this would have worked. I don't know why this didn't. I thought the bias was bullish, but we did reject this trend line as well. I'm sure a few other ICT traders took this. Like, there's no way no one took this. I can guarantee you, if I go on Twitter, I bet you I can find 5 people who took this same trade and got stopped here. I don't know why this didn't work, but I guess it was one of the fails. But again, ICT probably wouldn't have taken that because he's been trading for 30 years. I'm trying to figure out still what he takes and what he doesn't because he's usually right. Maybe we're in a sell model. We kind of were in a sell model if you kind of look. And basically that means we have to hit down here. And you can see we get the buy side curve, and then we're in the middle of the sell side curve. So we'll probably reject here at some point. Again, there's no good spots to go short right now, but if we're in the sell side curve, we will hit this. So I guess that was one of the reasons why I shouldn't have gone long, but again, not great. And then I did see a few other fair value gaps. I was going to alert this one, but I kind of stopped myself after this one. So this one obviously worked out very cleanly. We went and hit internal liquidity. We even rejected it again, but then we created a bullish fair value gap right here. Bounced out of that pretty cleanly at 1144. And created another one. So basically every fair value gap I took today didn't work, and the ones I didn't worked. These are the only 3 I would have taken, but I penalized myself because I was not doing a great job in alerting. And you can even see, again, I bought, so this is my fill, and I sold, I got the 3 points here, I sold like barely any, and then I ended up stopping out the rest at break even, okay? And I never alerted that, but that's how my risk management it is. So I didn't get out of this for a loss, but I'm sure other people did, unfortunately. But again, I'm not going to be perfect. I can guarantee you other ICT traders took the same fair value gap. And if we also draw a fib, it was also the 0.705. So you can see how it wicks very quickly on the 0.705. I bet you some people went long up here, got stopped. And yeah, overall just not sure why that didn't work. I guess because the bias is bearish. That's the only thing I can think of. And if we do go in the 1 hourly right now, we do have a bullish fair value gap down here, which also is a BPR, which basically means these fair value gaps line up. So we could be going down there. I'm not really sure. But if I were to have to guess, we're gonna go down here, and then we're gonna bounce. Okay, that's basically my guess right now. So I guess I am a little bearish right now. We are in a sell side curve, so I'm expecting this to get hit down here. But yeah, not a great day. I'm happy to share my losses because I think you can use them for your education. And like I said, if you went long in this fair value gap, don't be like mad or anything, because I bet you other ICT traders went long in here. It was the optimal trade entry, it was a clean fair value gap, and technically this could be considered a market structure shift, even though this right here was kind of more of a liquidity grab. So again, kind of situational, but hopefully this kind of helps you guys a little bit to see that I do have losses. I'm not perfect. I do have a high win rate though, I will admit that. But again, just not a great day for me. And yeah, other than that, let me know if you guys have any questions in my Discord, and peace.